So what's up, guys? This is called Free Thoughts.
Free Thoughts.
And I'm Worldwide Wednesday.
And I'm just Tabby.
Just Tabby or Tabby?
I'm the Tabby.
Oh, the Tabby.
Yes.
Okay, so the point of us even doing this thing is pretty much for us to talk about the topics we already talk about. Me and Tabby have a weird-ass relationship where she's mostly wrong, I'm mostly right.
Lies, because you said that I was right yesterday. Go to his story right now. He said I was right yesterday. It's
No, I said
now.
I'd let you be right.
No.
Anyways.
I'm always right.
Anyways.
Always.
This is the point of it. We're trying to do topics that we discuss every single day, and we thought it would be dope for you guys to hear our topics and our perspective, to generate talking, to generate our generation. Generate our generation. That sounds weird.
I dig it.
And also kind of like give you guys inspiration. If you guys want to talk about it, have opinions, that's even better. So the topic that we're trying to get to today is
Finding your purpose.
Finding your purpose. Where do you want to start with this? By the way, we have no script. Like, we kind of like just came up, showed up, like whatever's on our mind, we're just going to talk about. So we're just going to like bounce ideas off of each other. I didn't prepare for this. She didn't prepare for it. We have no like written like, bullet points and stuff.
We're just kind of catching a vibe right now. Honestly.
Okay, so finding your purpose. Go ahead, start it off.
Don't cut me off. All right?
Oh shit, my bad.
Don't cut me off. Okay.
This is what I'm talking about.
I think it's important to talk about like finding your purpose because at the end of the day, I think a lot of people, especially our age, I'm 26, he's 24. I think a lot of people our age, they don't know what their purpose is. They don't know, what their goal is in life, and it creates a lot of envy. It creates a lot of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Disassociation. Yeah.
Disassociation? That's good.
Yeah, it creates a lot of disassociation from people. Like, you don't have an interest because you don't know what your purpose is. You wake up in the morning and you're like,
so I have a question.
What's the point?
Let's start this. How do you find your purpose? This is a very big question. So I feel like it's going to get our discussion going. How do you find your purpose? What do you think are the steps to find your purpose?
I think it kind of just like, for me, it kind of just came to me.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I felt like I was born and like I had a purpose. And everybody that knows me that my purpose is to talk. I have something to say and y'all gonna hear it. So that is, I think, my purpose.
She might talk a little too much.
So I think it's more for me about how to get there. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
How do you get
But you're saying you already knew your purpose, yeah?
Yeah, well, how did you find your purpose?
You were born, you came out your mom and was like, I know my purpose.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Makes sense.
That's exactly what happened. Well, if you're going to be sarcastic, I'm going to be sarcastic.
Okay, no, I feel like there's a process to finding yourself.
You're
and
right.
Finding your purpose. And finding yourself, like I just said, is like part of it. Don't you think?
I think it's about like, first you have to connect with yourself first. So I think a lot of people, they do for others and they almost feel like it's selfish to do for self. Like, it's really easy for someone to be like, I'm going to do for so-and-so or whatever. But, like, self-love is an actual practice. Like, it's an actual thing. And you have to work hard at it the way you work at, like, your math homework. Like, people feel like they have to work on their math homework because it's obligated. You're going to get graded. Well, you're going to get graded on your self-love. If you're not loving yourself, then
I agree with that. But I feel as though there's a whole process and finding yourself is, like, number one on the list.
Yeah.
Because once you find yourself, then you're going to know what you love, the things that make you happy, the things that make you upset, the things that make you mad, all your emotions that go behind everything that you do in life, the reason why you do things in life. So, for instance, like, people who, like, are very lost with themselves are very lost in purpose and in direction in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%. And we send, like, TED Talks back to each other, like, a lot.
I bought him a book once and he's not read it.
Don't say that. You don't know that.
I
read the intro.
He hasn't.
I know he hasn't. He's such a liar.
I read the intro. But it was a good intro, I gotta say.
It was the best.
But no, Simon Sinek. I sent you this a long time ago. But, like, I think this is important to finding your purpose. He said that if you send a kid in a straight line, they don't know where they're going. You just say, walk in a straight line. They have no direction, you feel me? So they have no end point. They're going to walk in that straight line. You throw a chair in front of them, and they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know what direction to go because they don't know what their endpoint is.
Yeah.
So, taking that into real life, if you give, like, a kid an endpoint, if you give yourself, like, an endpoint, that purpose, so to speak. If you give a kid that purpose, they're gonna know how to get around that chair. They're gonna know how to get around that obstacle.
Okay, but they are gonna know, but it's more about how do you find that purpose? That's what our initial question was.
Right. But like I was saying, if you know the direction you're headed, if you know yourself and what you love, what makes you mad, like I was saying, I feel as though those are the things that's going to help you find your purpose. For me, for instance, going to school and doing doing music. By the way, I'm an artist. For people who are watching this who don't know, I'm a music artist. Me doing music throughout high school, like, that was me just testing waters with different things, you know what I mean? I could have went soccer. I played soccer. I could have went in, I got, I was going to go to college for soccer. I was going to do those things, but I chose not to. At a young age, we don't know who we are. So at this point, like, colleges are, like, recruiting us or doing these things, and, like, we're trying to get into college, and we don't know who we are at this point.
I think that we know who we are, but we're scared to say who we are.
What?
Like, I feel like at a young age, you know who you are and what you want.
I disagree.
But I feel like you know, but you're scared. You have pressure from your peers. So it's like, if you're not into something that they're into, then it's like you're scared to, like, say the things that you like or say. I think as we get older, and I think especially, like, for me or, I don't know, other women maybe, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like as you get older, you become more comfortable with saying the things that you like and just being like, I don't care if you like it or don't like it. And I feel like at a young age, people are into certain things, but they hide those things that they're into, and they're not okay with saying, like, I agree with this or I disagree with this, or it, like, they don't find their voice. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't have a voice when they're younger.
You're saying as a 16, 17, 18-year-old, you know what you're about to do?
Am I saying that I'm like, I know all the answers in the entire world? But I've been feisty since day one, and no one's gonna tell me I'm not a feisty person. You know who you are.
You know your personality. You don't know your purpose in life at 16, 17, 18 years old.
What I'm talking about is, like, you're saying people don't know who they are or whatever. Yeah, you do. You know who you are for the most part. No. You know what you're into. You know what you like.
No, not true. And finding your purpose, like, how we're gonna relate this to finding your purpose, because this is the topic we're discussing. So, you're telling me that you should already know your purpose at 16, 17, 18.
I'm sorry. Is somebody putting words in my mouth right now? Did I say that? That's not what I said.
So, the purpose of this is us, like, testing this out for the first time. We've never done this before. And we don't know how long it's going to go. The discussion could last forever. And it could be interesting.
Feel free to have opinions, because clearly, somebody's opinions are a little...
So getting back to what she was saying, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds already know their purpose because they supposedly already know themselves.
I did not say that they already know their purpose. What I said was, you didn't say, first of all, you did not say you know your purpose at 16. Your specific words, rollback tape, thank you, were you don't know who you are at 16, 17 years old. And I said, well, yes, you do know who you are. I know who I was, but... Your peer pressures, first of all... You
know you as a whole. You know who you were?
Yeah.
You know everything about yourself?
No, I'm not saying that I knew every single thing about myself. But what I'm saying is that for the most part... First of all...
What did you go to college for?
I went for communications, then I switched to education, then I switched to broadcasting.
So those time periods where you switched around, you knew yourself your whole time.
But the whole time... Okay, thank you. Brings up my point. The whole time, I knew what I wanted to go to school for. And that was broadcasting. I knew what I wanted to do, but I was afraid of doing that. I was afraid of saying, I want to be on the radio. I want to be a personality. This is things that I want to do. I was afraid of saying that.
Agreed. I can relate to that.
So I had a end goal of what I wanted, but I was too scared to go after it. I was way too scared to go after it, and I thought, you know what, if I go towards education, special needs education at that, it's a paycheck, and, I'm going to just live my life or whatever, and it's stability, because I was like, I don't want to be unstable, and in this industry, as an artist or whatever, you're unstable for a long time. So, but I always knew what I wanted. I was just too afraid to go after it.
Right.
It's not that I didn't know what I wanted.
I understand it from your point of view, but I still think as a 16, 17, and 18-year-old, I personally, I knew I wanted to do music, but I didn't know how I was going to go about it. I didn't know if people would accept me. I was scared as well. So I understand you in that thing. Like in high school, I was made fun of for doing music. I went through all that bullshit that we had to go through as artists. Because in that time period, artists were so different. It was all about the sports players in high school and like what they were doing, and like that was the focus on high school. Like if someone was doing music, like you're a weirdo, bro. Like straight up, you're a weirdo. And I was that weird kid that did music. I did something different. So yes, I was scared to chase that dream at first, but like I still at that point didn't know my full self and what my abilities were, what like what would make me mad, and like you have to go through experiences for that type of thing.
You do. I don't think that. I think that you're never gonna stop growing as a person, ever, ever, ever. You can be 80 and learn a new lesson.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that at 80 you don't know what your purpose is. You know already what your purpose is and what you want in life and what you want out of life.
What about the people who go for those jobs that like are just a paycheck?
I think it's sad.
Know their purpose, but they're just like.
Well, I think a lot of people are miserable. Like, I think that that if you, I think if you're doing something that you don't love, then you're not living a life worth living. And I found this out after an experience. After my aunt passed away is when I figured that out. I figured out that if you're not doing what you love, then what are you doing? Right. And up until that point, and that's why I got started later than you. Like, I salute you because you are very mature. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna give you too much credit because you're a little immature all the time.
I appreciate you, kid. I appreciate you.
But when we met, like, you were very, like, you were sure of what you wanted, and I still feel like I was in a point where it's like I knew what I wanted, but it was after my aunt passed away where I was like, I'm going for this. This is the purpose that I'm gonna follow. This is what I want to do. Because, losing two aunts within a month of each other, I was like, I woke up one day, I was like, what am I doing? Mm-hmm. Like, why am I wasting my time? This is not okay.
Do you think that could happen at any age and not just a young age?
I think that people, as they get older, they get afraid more of following their dreams, but I think 1,000% if you are unhappy, get out of the situation that's making you unhappy. Go follow your purpose. Whatever it is, and if people don't believe in you, guess what? They're going to believe in you. If you believe in yourself and you have a clear path and you have a clear way of going, people, just like you said, they're going to throw chairs in your way, being like, skirt, skirt, I know how to get around that chair. And I think that it's also important to and like, people are so miserable sometimes, and it's like, you need to applaud people. And when people know where they're headed and their point of view and like what they want, anybody could do anything at any age, but it's not intimidating. If somebody gets something before you, it's their time, but that doesn't mean that it's not your time's not coming. Right. And I think that as you grow and as you have like a set goal, you realize like, okay, it's not my time, but my time is coming.
Can I interject?
I want to too. So.
My mom has this saying, like my grandma.
We have a whole, we have Valentine.
We have a tiny
They're in the house
here.
right now, so they want to say a little sunshine.
And this is the point of it. Us having this conversation is literally the point of it. If you guys want to say something, for sure, because we want people to interject on this as well. Mm. How do you find your purpose?
Well, it's not more about finding a purpose. It's more like what Tabby said. Like, if somebody gets something before you, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Like, my grandma has this saying, like, lo que para ti, nadie te lo quita. So, like, it means, like, if it's for you, no one's going to take it away. Like, it's just going to come when it comes. So you just got to wait for it. So, like, I think, essentially, like...
But do you think, like, at a young age, like, going through high school, you already knew your purpose? Or do you feel as though, like, you're still working towards your purpose? Like, you're still working to find your purpose? Or do you feel in an age right now, at 24, 25,
I'm
26...
Val said, I'm 22.
Oh, you're young.
Yeah.
22.
I'm the youngest out of all of you
Do you feel
guys.
like you're still working towards your purpose? Like,
I mean, I don't know what my purpose in life is.
You don't know?
You don't? Oh, that's interesting.
You don't think it's taking on the video, like, or the photography that you do every single day?
I don't think, like, photography is my purpose. It's my passion. It's not my purpose.
And you don't, okay.
Oh, like, that's interesting.
There we go.
Like, what am I here for? Like, am I here to be your personal photographer? Like, am I here to be your friend? Am I here to be someone's, like, love? Like, what? Like, I don't know what I'm here for.
It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
A purpose is deeper than that. What you about to say?
So, I think we're all born with some form of a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I think that purpose can be a many level of things based on the type of person you develop in being the environment you grew up in. Right. So, like, you can have a kid who had top-tier athletic ability who was told he was trash his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
That kid could have probably and should have probably been in the NFL, but never tried out in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you got the kid who tried out in high school, was raw as fuck his whole life, stopped loving that shit at 20 years old. which was my case. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime prior to that, the answer to what's my purpose in life would have been to break every record in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Realistically, even now that I've switched that mindset and I'm in a whole different career that I'm completely passionate about, and I think everybody around me knows that, this is my purpose in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a building stone for my real purpose. You know what I'm saying?
So you think that a purpose is constantly developing throughout your whole
Absolutely.
life? Then?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Based
That
on
makes
the purpose
sense.
you're on. You know
That
what I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
We're all different. The question you asked about the people who have no problem with their 9 to 5 that they wake up and go to every day, that they know there's a ceiling in, that's their purpose. Like, we need those people because the ones who are delegating them, like, there would be no place for them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They wouldn't have anybody to delegate. It would be a bunch of chiefs running around.
Right.
So, like, we need those people, and there's nothing wrong with those people because those people are still feeding others. Those people may be helping the community. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm going to give you my personal, is like my purpose is to change the world. However the fuck, I think that's all of our purpose.
Yeah.
However we're going to do that is completely up to us.
To make our
God gave
mark
us
on the
that.
world.
Yeah.
God gave us that option.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do it as much as I can. This industry gives you the amount of influence to be able to do so quickly.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, with what you were saying, do you think that purpose and passion are totally different things, or do you think that passion plays a role in your purpose?
I think it plays a role.
You think so?
Yeah. I think that if you're passionate about something, it's really gonna affect your purpose. And I think that it shows, right? So like what I was saying about people that work 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 if you're passionate about it. Because people that want to teach are passionate about teaching. They think that, just like Ty said, that that's your way. It's not that, but they think, because it's true. But like it's about like what Ty was saying about changing the world. So if you change the world as a teacher, you can change the world as a teacher, but you don't get paid that much. You don't get respected that much, unfortunately. And kids are kind of assholes sometimes,
Right.
you know? And so that means that you're going to wake up every single day and you're going to do things like the teacher of the Freedom Riders. She was passionate about teaching those kids and going into that class and helping them and helping educate them.
That served her purpose in life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to be passionate about what you're doing, because you're going to keep half-assing things until you're passionate about it.
Agreed with that.
You know?
100% agree with that.
You're not gonna. You're gonna be miserable. Like when I was working at my old job, I loved my coworkers, but I wasn't doing what I was going to work every day making money. And trust me when I tell you, my bills were paid and the money was great. I used to bartend. The money was great, but I hated people. And now, like, being here, like, with you guys at the station and stuff like that, I love what we do. I love my job. I love talking to people. Like, I feel like me again. And for a long time, I used to call my parents and bawl when I got off work. And literally, my dad said it to me the other day. He's like, bro, you're so happy. Like, he's like, I haven't seen you happy in so long. Like, you're actually happy. And, like, when you're happy, I'm happy. Because when you're not happy, you're bitching to me all the time.
Right.
You know? So, when you find something that you're passionate about doing, it shows.
It serves your purpose. So, with that being said,
Do it.
I feel as though to find your purpose, you need to find your passion.
Yeah.
Agreed?
1,000.
Agreed?
We'll take it.
Yes. Agreed.
Finding your passion
Agreed.
Agree.
allows you to find your purpose.
Let's talk about this.
If you
right?
don't find your passion, you cannot find your purpose. Because you serving that purpose in life, if you're not, like you said, if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to go and do that. You're not going to wake up every day and be like, this is what I need to do because this is what I'm meant to do.
You'll convince yourself otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I feel as though the steps to finding your purpose is finding your passion. How do you find your passion? I feel as though
You find
find
yourself.
it yourself. So
Oh, we agree!
so let's take it back to the beginning of where I said
Guys, take your notebooks out because we are schooling you right now.
where I said to find your purpose, you need to find yourself. It all comes down to finding yourself, loving yourself, and accepting yourself. So I feel as though that is the lesson that we have to learn today.
But
Love yourself, accept yourself, know yourself.
1,000%. And can we talk about when
Oh, we're
you
gonna keep
find your... Yes, because we need to talk about something.
Oh my bad. I mean, we have many episodes to do. This is
No,
not the
I
only
want
one
to talk about this. I
Okay.
want to talk about when you found yourself, your voice, your passion, your purpose, what happened?
Why
It
are
led
we
me to many
slamming things?
And what is one of the many things that it led you to?
All right, so guys, I'm a music artist. All right, I think this is what it's coming down to. Yes, my passion was music since high school. Yes, I kind of like took myself back from that and kind of learned the ropes of it. Was an engineer. Oh, sorry, gotta move in a little bit more. I found the ropes of it a little bit. Throughout my passion in high school for it, fell back, found the ropes, went through engineering, owned my own recording studio, did all that kind of stuff. Came down here and found my passion for real. Like getting into radio has helped me so much, like in what I'm doing right now. But like creating the family that we did, like the people around us, I feel as though really, really helped me just push forward as an artist, as a person. And as a family. So like with that all coming together, we found a family and now we have something amazing. It's called the Ripple Effect. And we're actually putting on an artist showcase for artists of all kinds, not just music artists. We're doing music artists, we're doing vendors, we're doing painters, we're doing DJs. Well, we're doing, that's music, but we're doing everything, every type of art that we can hit businesses, local businesses, very important. We're just trying to reach out to you guys and the new generation coming up because you guys are going to be the ones that control it eventually.
Yep, 100%.
And if we have any wisdom to give y'all or if we have any advice that we can give y'all, we would. If you guys have advice, likewise. So the Ripple Effect is what we started and what we're curating as a team because we believe in local talent, we believe in local people, and we believe in independent artists 100%. As a whole, whether it be music or not. Like, independent, she's an artist in her own way, I'm an artist in my own way. 100%. Every single person is an artist. You have a blank canvas in front of you, and that's called life. And you draw that shit. Mm-hmm. You're the one to do that. So, Ripple Effect, we're doing it on April 4th at Stash in Fort Lauderdale, South Florida. Come out. Please 100%. Come out. We have something great. It's my first co-hosting. She is co-hosting.
Look, I told them my purpose, my passion, and they put me in a position where they were like, and it's funny because it happened in the same day. Wednesday. I'm like...
It's alright. Alex, Wednesday.
It's really so Wednesday, weird though. Calling you Wednesday. I'm sorry. Wednesday. And our friend Marissa, they came to me the same day, differently, which is... I can't even. Like, it's so funny when you tell people the things that you want and when you speak it into existence, the way that the universe, God, whatever you believe in, works in your favor. I believe in God and the universe because I think they go hand in hand. But when it works in your favor, so they came to me different times in the same day and they're like, I'm talking to them and I'm like, I just, I want to do this and I want to host, but I don't know, like, how to get started and I don't know what to do. And they're like, why don't you co-host Ripple? And I'm like, what?
And that is the exact purpose we're trying to serve. If you guys have any talents of your own, we want to showcase it. We literally want to put you on a stage so that you can showcase whatever you got.
1,000.
We want to set up a table for you guys to showcase whatever you got. If someone comes to us like that and like sees, and we see a passion of theirs, we're going to try and curate that so that they can make that alive.
100%.
So find your passion, find yourself, love yourself, and know your purpose.
Gosh, we're so deep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm Worldwide Wednesday. I'm out of here.
I'm Tabby. Bye, guys.
Peace.